Hello and welcome to our Facebook Live today. This is Tuesday the 5th of January. Thank you so much for joining me. I thought I'd let you see me, the face behind the hands. I know it's normally the hands that you see, but some of you I've never met, so I thought it'd be nice just for you to see me in person, even if I can't see you in person. So my name's Jenny McCormack and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK in the market town of Brackley, and I do a Facebook Live every day, Monday through to Friday. So Monday and Wednesday my lives are at 10 AM and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday we're live at 5, so that's 5 PM. Hi Joe. That's all UK time. Obviously I know some people catch us from overseas. Hi Wendy, thank you. So I know people from Australia catch us often, and America and Canada, and some New Zealand as well. So welcome to you. So if you're watching live, please do say hi and let me know that you're with us. And if you're watching on Catch Up, if you've got any questions, then feel free to add those to the comments either on Facebook or obviously on YouTube. And if there's any questions, obviously I'll get back to you, hopefully with an answer. So I'm really glad to be able to announce that today the new January to June mini catalogue went live. So that's always an exciting time. Us as demonstrators get to see it a month before our lovely customers do. So it's always nice to be able to share that properly when we're allowed to, which is from today. So thank you so much for joining me. I am going to share one of my favourite bundles in the new set, which is a stamp set and a set of dies. And it's not a normal stamp set that has lots of images, it's purely sentiments. I have used it in December to show you, did a little sneak peek of that in December. But this is such a useful stamp set, especially if you struggle lining up sentiments on something. Hi Carol G, thanks for joining us. The stamp set is called Many Messages and the die is called Messages Dies, and I've got a couple of cards to make with those. As you can see, I have my coffee in hand, so I'm going to switch over to my crafting desk for you and you can see what we're up to. So I hope you stay with us. Obviously if you need to dash off, that's absolutely fine. I fully understand. I do try and keep my Facebook lives to under half an hour because I know everybody's time is precious. Oh yes, oh hi Julie, nice to see you join us again from Northeast Ohio, so thank you and thanks for sharing as well. So yeah, I like to keep it under half an hour. Obviously when you're watching on replay you can skip through, you can miss the beginning bit of the natter and skip through to the physical crafting. So I do try and keep it to half an hour for that purpose. So let me switch over to my crafting view and show you what we're going to craft with today. So this is the dies that you can see, and this is the stamp set. So these are all from our brand new January to June catalogue. Now some of my customers' catalogues are still on their way, so if you haven't got yours yet, I promise you it's en route, post dependent. If you use my class in a box, you will have received one for the December box, and obviously all the others are going out from now on. So that's what the catalogue looks like, and this is the stamp set. So it's called Many Messages, as you can see. It's one single stamp with all of those sentiments on it. I've actually taken it out of the case, so there's nothing really to show you. But what it does have is a die, a single die, that cuts out all of those sentiments in one go. So all you need to do is do one stamp onto your coloured card or your white card of choice, and then, assuming you have a die cutting machine, then you would cut all of those out again in one go. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations of that today. Now, if you didn't have a die cutting machine, you could obviously manually cut these out. You could use some punches as well, fairly small punches, circular punches, to punch these out. But this one really does come into its own when you mix it with the stamp set. So the stamp set, so with the dies, I beg your pardon. So your stamp set is £20, and you can add the dies to that. Just looking for my pack of dies. And if you put them both together, you get a 10% discount, and in the UK that bundle would be £46.75, and that would also give you a free celebration item from our sale catalogue. So that makes it an extra good deal at the moment. So let me see who's joined us. Oh, Carol's cooking, watching and cooking. I'm very impressed, Carol. Well done. I know you did say when we chatted the other day that you this time of day is when you're cooking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp onto a piece of Whisper White card, and I'm going to cut that out with the dies. What I'm also going to do is run this piece of Seaside Spray through with the dies, so that I've got a series of pieces of backing card ready cut. Now, some of them I won't necessarily use, but you can always use them underneath the sentiment, just at a little angle, to make it look like a shadow box. One thing I do is I've written the dimensions that this die will fit. So if you cut your card, and I'm sorry, this is in inches for those that do centimetres, 5 1/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches, that which is the size of this blue piece, that will allow you to cut out with a little bit of a border. You can make it literally 5 inches by 6. It's very tight here, but you can do that. So I like to have a little bit of a border to play with, so I'm not literally working at the very edge. And that's just useful because then you don't have to measure it every single time. That's just one of those things that I tend to do if it makes life easier in the long run. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus for this, and I've already just put, ooh, that was close, put my stamp down on the plate, and what I'll do is pop the piece of white card in first, and I'm going to stamp this with Night of Navy because I'm going to coordinate it with some of the papers from Sale-a-Bration. I'll show you those in a second. So what I want to do to start with is just make sure that that is all going to fit. So this is where having your piece of card cut slightly bigger gives you a little bit to play with. Trying to get that straight underneath it. Okay, so I have just popped that in there. It's not in the corner, just happens to be, I've brought it out from the corner just to make sure it doesn't get caught on there. And I'm going to use Night of Navy, which is this one here. Now I've just re-inked this, which might be a little bit of a mistake because now I've got all my refills organised and sorted. When I say to you I need to refill the inks, at least now when I go to do something I can get the inks that I need. So that was a very productive thing I did over Christmas. Okay, so I don't know how much of that you can see. Oh, you can see it quite clearly, apart from, I'm sorry about the the light shining down. I need to put some sort of, I don't know, muffler on it. Perhaps if I lift that up a bit, that might be better. Okay, so ignoring that for a minute, I'm just going to ink up the stamp set with Night of Navy. And pop that down. It's very close to the camera top, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to drop that down, and it's on the Stamparatus, and I always use the Stamparatus for my bigger stamps, even if I only want a part of it, because it just makes life so much easier. And I'm not very good at handling a big stamp, and I don't like getting messy with the stamp face up, amazingly. So we all have our quirks, don't we? So there we go. Alright, so I've missed a little bit down here on the left hand side. This over here is absolutely fine, so let's just pop that back down. And that's because it's quite close on to the hinge. So to overcome that, what I could do, if I was doing a lot of these, is I would probably move the stamp further over. The further away from the hinge, the more pressure you can apply. Let's have a look, see. Yep, that's fine. I'm happy with that. So that's obviously one of the benefits of the Stamparatus. I can see I missed a little bit just there. I'm not going to re-ink it, I'm just going to apply that little bit of pressure down there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So as you can see, it stamps all of those sentiments in one go. I seem to remember there's 16 sentiments in there. That's only from when I did it before. If somebody wants to sit and add those up while I'm wiping my stamp, then feel free. Oh, Jill's watching her cooking as well. Good. I just dropped my Night of Navy ink pad on me. Luckily, A, I'm wearing black, and B, I shut the lid. Okay, so how many do we reckon are on there? I'll let you count while I'm having a little bit of my coffee. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 18, 19 I calculate, and then you've got a heart and some stars as well, so 19 sentiments. That's a fair few. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blank die and just show you how this is going to fit on. So as you can see, it will fit directly over each of those sentiments. Oh, Jill reckons 20, quite possibly. And what I do for best alignment is I look for these stars here, because they're quite small, and if those are in line, then everything else will be in line too. Hi Blueies, nice to have you join us. Sorry that I know you're self-isolating. I'm just really sorry to hear that. Okay, so if we line up all of the stars and the hearts, it will cut out all of those in one go. Okay, and what I'm also going to do is take the blank die and run it through here so that I've got some backing pieces as well. So what I will do is just bring this in to show you. I'm not going to, oh, there's a little one I cut out earlier. I'm just going to whiz it over to my die cutting machine rather than do it on screen. Let's just turn that plate round. I want it to sit nicely in there and not move. Okay, so what I'm going to do is position that on there. Now where it's a really detailed die, what I tend to do is use a little bit of washi tape and fix it to the bottom plate. So she says, I can't see any washi tape, so I'll use some post-it notes. Aha, 19, well done Jill. Between us we got there, didn't we? You confirmed it. Okay, so I'm looking sort of straight down at that. Well, almost, because I do have a camera between me and the die. So just going to put that one on there. Tear that little bit off. These little post-it notes from Stampin' Up, perfect. They're good catalogue markers, but they're also good for die cutting. So I'm just going to line that up a little bit better. Okay, let's just put one more on, and then I'll just run it through really quickly. Now what I recommend you do is, if you've got a little time to spare, is to set this up and stamp it maybe in 4 or 5 different colours, and then run each of those through the die cutting machine one after the other, and then keep all of those in a little box, which is what I've done here. This is one of our small boxes. So obviously I've got Early Espresso here, and I've also got Magenta Madness, and that means when you need something, a sentiment really quickly, they're all there. So just a card to say hello, be strong, be brave, you've got this. Okay, so they're all there. So I'm just going to run this one through the die cutting machine. So this is Night of Navy, and then I'm also going to run this piece through as well. Okay, so bear with me 1 second. So this die won't fit in the new small mini cut and emboss machine. It's just too wide. So let me just cut this through. I could actually do the white sheet and the other one together, but I'm all organised with this one now, so off we go. I'll bring it back to you as soon as it's gone through. You will hear a lot of cracking, as you can, because it's doing 20 sets of cuts on a run through. Well, more than that, but 20 sets. So if I bring this back in, just lift this off. There we have, and they all just literally pop out, as you can see. You can have the stars as well, and the hearts. And there they all are, beautifully cut out, ready to go. And some of them include stitching as well. So this one here, just a card to say hello, has got some stitching on it. And some of them also have a border around it. So this has got a little curly border, and then a little lifted up bit. I can't think of the word. Embossed bit. Just going to run this through exactly as that. Should have put it through a bit more of an angle, but never mind. There we go. Put my machine out of the way. Sorry about that. It's frustrating when there's nothing to see, but equally, just watching me wind it through is not exactly exciting either, is it? So, and if you can see there that little bit of detail, ooh, on the Seaside Spray. Okay, let's pop this all back through. I reckon you could easily do 2 layers of card at a time if you wanted to. Obviously you wouldn't do 2 stamp layers because that would be quite a bit more difficult to line up. Okay, let's pop those out of the way. So let me show you what we're going to do. So now I've got a combination of little backgrounds and sentiments. So you'll find a lot of them will work together. Like so. And obviously you can mix and match these with all our other die cuts. So if you've got larger die cuts and things, you can use those. So for example, this one fits on there, like so. So lots of different combinations. And obviously what you can do is take the same die cut. So if I take this one here, which fits the back of that, I just move these to one side. Then what you can do is our usual trick that we often do with punches, which is to cut this in half and apply it to the back. So let me just show you that very quickly. Let's move this light up a bit so it's not reflecting quite as much. So if I literally cut this in half, then what you can do is apply a little bit of glue to the back of that stamped sentiment and add 1 layer on there and 1 layer on there to make it look bigger. So that's an option as well. So let me show you the celebration papers I'm going to use. So these are one of the sets you can get for free, and if you bought this bundle you could have these papers for free, but there are 3 sets of paper. So let me show you here. So they're really pretty, as you can see, florals. They are called paper blooms, and this was my inspiration for my colours because this has got Seaside Spray and Night of Navy, as well as Old Olive, Mint Macaron, Rococo Rose and Petal Pink. But they're just really pretty papers. So these are 12 by 12, so you get 12 sheets of these, 2 each of 6 sheets. Let me show you the other side of that one there, and this is the other side of the very first one. And then we've got shades of pink, and the reverse of that is actually the one that I'm going to use now, which is this one here, which is navy blue, white and Seaside Spray. And then we've got chevrons, large painted circles, this one with the navy blue background but similar flowers, and the reverse of that one is those lovely leaves. And then finally this one with the green lines on the reverse. Okay, so those are the celebration papers. So if you bought the Many Messages die and the stamp set, you could have that for free. So what I'm going to do is just generate 2 really quick and easy cards. We always need to do a card at the last moment. I certainly do, despite having hundreds of cards available. Sometimes you always just want to do a new one. So what I've got is that lovely paper, a navy blue backing and a Seaside Spray card. And on this one I've got the same but with a Whisper White card. So I'm just going to put those layers together really quickly. And then I'm just going to literally add a sentiment. So a straightforward card. You could also add some seaside sprayed ribbon. I might do seaside sprayed ribbon. I might do that to one of them. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that for the minute. Let's do the same with that one. And I'm literally just going to mount the, oh, just run out of seal. Mount the sentiments, and that will be the cards done. And then what I will do is put all of those pieces into my little box, so when I need a sentiment I'm at the ready, like so. So let's just work on those two for the moment. So I could use, for example, this happy birthday with the stitching on this larger one there. I'm just going to pop that on with glue and the blue layer with dimensionals. But I do like this one, just a card to say hello. So let's pop the happy birthday on there. And I just picked up the seaside spray because I know that the flowers there were seaside spray flowers. Let's add a couple of dimensionals on the back. So this is really quick and easy crafting. Obviously you could use the detailed papers for a little bit more exciting backgrounds. There's a happy birthday. And what I might do with this one is just grab my seaside spray ribbon, which I've got ready for my class. So I'm using this in my January class, this lovely seaside sprayed ribbon. Just add a little bit of that behind. Actually, what I might do is lift that up and put it on top. Or will I? Perhaps I won't. I'll just put a bow underneath. Don't want to spoil it, having got it to that point. I'm just going to add a glue dot to that as I've run out of seal. So just a glue dot on either end of the ribbon. Make sure you're putting it on the same side. Just determine where you want that on your card. So I'm going to have that there, I think. Stuck down quicker than I expected. So just wrap that one round, like so. Same on this side, like that. It's going to go onto that one, and then I'll add a little bit of bow on there. So just pop some glue on there, a scribble of glue. Centering that on my seaside spray card, and then just doing a little bow with this bit of ribbon. Sorry, I've lost your comments. Let me see if I can hop back and find them. I don't know why my phone decides to just stop showing me comments after a while. Maybe nobody was typing anything, perhaps, and it just gave up the ghost. There we have it. Right, so just a really quick bow. Oh, Wendy's also cooking. Thanks for joining us, Wendy. So just making this a little bit smaller for this bow. Just manipulating it a little bit, like so. There we have it. So as well as the new catalogue going live today, let me see, I've also got my class in a box for January all up and running, and bookings are open for that. That's using Hydrangea Hill. And also today is our last day to book Let's Get Creative, which is our joint February event. Just going to tidy that a little bit up. I do need to clean my scissors, I fear. There we go. So there's card number 1. Very straightforward and quick. Let the papers do the work. And for this one, I do like this one. Just a card to say hello. And let's see what I've got that would fit it. What about this one with the little banner? Yeah, that works behind it nicely, doesn't it? And also you can mix and match it, as I say, with our other sets. Just going to pop this one up on dimensionals. And I look for a little bling to add to this one. So I'm positioning that in the centre. Sorry, it's a little bit in shadow. There we go. Stick this one down, and to this one I'm just going to add some bling rather than ribbon. And that, as they say, is that. Okay, so pop this one down, and obviously these can be portrait or landscape, whichever way you want them. So this could work like so if you wanted, and it would also work on a small card. I'm just going to pop that there, grab a bit of bling, and that will be done. So a little bit over half hour, I do apologise. So I've got some plain gems. These blue ones here would work, but they're a little bit hidden. So I'm going to stick with these. So grab them with my scissors. Oh right, yes. Thank you, Yuta. So what I'm going to do is pop these in some of those seaside spray flowers. There we go. So I'm not sure if you caught the beginning, Yuta, or not. So all I did was I cut out the sheet of sentiments in white and then cut out a seaside spray layer behind, and then obviously I've mixed those together. So let's do 5 of these. One, two, three, 4, and one more. It's funny because on my phone it's about 5 minutes behind. Right, let's pop those up on dimensionals and we're done. Thank you, Yuta. Nice and simple. Just like the way I like to craft. I do like it when the papers do the work, I have to say, and when the papers are free, that's even better. Okay, so let's pop this here on the right hand side, like so. So there's my 2 cards. Hopefully you can see those okay. Straighten up my paper a little bit there, and then the rest of these are going to hop into here. So I say, if you've got them out, then it's worth doing them in some different colours. I do like this one here, Sending Happy Thoughts. I think that's very cute. And Wishing You a Year of Magical Moments and Wonderful Memories, which would also be perfect for weddings and anniversaries. So I'm putting the plain ones in there as well, because you never know when you just need a little bit of backing. I haven't bothered with the stars. And there we have it. Thank you, Carol. I hope your cooking is going well. So there we have it. So it's Many Messages, okay, which is available to order now. Just going to bring that up out of that light, and the matching dies, and so you can buy them both together and choose a free celebration item. And I know that this is currently in stock, so if anybody's interested in that, do let me know. I shall be back tomorrow morning, Wednesday, at 10 AM for my next crafting session. It'll be something else with celebration papers, but I'm not quite sure what yet. That's my job for this evening. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope it's been useful for you. If you don't have a catalogue and you live in the UK and you don't have an existing demonstrator who looks after you, then do let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. Let me just pop back to say goodbye. So thank you for joining me today. It's always nice to have people join and comment and be watching me. So I will be back tomorrow. So look after yourselves. Take care, especially under the current circumstances. And I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Look after yourselves and your loved ones, and I hope you can keep crafting too. Thank you so much. Bye bye.